actually, I think I should move that here. Yeah. Oh, starting. pretty good improvement from where we started. Nice. Clean race. I'm gonna try the Ford this time. There you go, honey. Wow! Finally, a car that has at least 40% or more on the front axle. Should give me a lot more confidence to turn, and I'm hoping. Someday I should really make a Bluebird Ford livery for this. I've done Blue Burgundy, do Blue Baron, do Blue Mercedes. Haven't done the Ford yet. I tried it so often, I really should. Then again, I really do like my Woods Brothers livery for it. Even though I didn't make this livery, it's still very good. I'm a fan of that team. Probably still will do Woods Brothers, like the Blue Ford livery, but probably keep running the one I've got. Would be nice to have a livery that matched my race suit, though. Maybe eventually. I mean, GT7's nice, but kind of waiting for instead of Corsa Evo come to PlayStation 5. Because I hear that one's got a good VR mode too, and if they can make the VR mode on Assetto Corsa Evo to work with the PlayStation VR headset on PlayStation 5, oh yeah. Probably be a year or so before they do put it on consoles, so I'm looking forward to that. I mean, GT7's nice. It is showing signs of its age, though. Until we got GranTurismo 8. GranTurismo 7 is the best we got. Here we go. I wish they let you change more than just brake bias. If I could have access to the downforce levels and the spring rates. Oh, I could make it a lot faster with just those two settings alone. I miss playing Forza Motorsport where I was allowed to change those. Couldn't change much else, but still, that helped a lot. Oh yeah, and also the gear ratios. Maybe for GT7 they'll allow you to actually tune your own car. Maybe. But I guess people who had the rentals wouldn't be able to tune. But that would give people a legitimate reason to, you know, actually buy a GT car. Not just to have a livery. But if you could tune them, have an advantage over the people who just had rentals. Well, I mean, that sounds a lot more like Forza Motorsport than GranTurismo, though. I miss that game. I wish my computer was still working so I could play that again. Just be patient. He'll open the door eventually. And we'll go through it. Get the slipstream on him. We can probably get him. We're so close. Shucks. Find more speed maybe time with TC back. Speed somewhere. On second thought, I think I'll turn the traction control up, actually. I don't want to deal with a bunch of oversteer right now. Shucks. Tried to carry too much speed in that corner and it bit me on the exit and I was forced to slow down. Keep forgetting we don't have infinite amounts of downforce like we do in Forza Motorsport. We're limited to a finite amount. It's like about 1,000 pounds and that's it. Spread kind of randomly throughout the front and rear axles, it feels like. It really wasn't infinite in Forza Motorsport, but it was more. And we had more horsepower as well. Dang, I missed that game. Wish I didn't have to play it on computer or Xbox. I wish I could do it on PS5 as well. I'd be willing to buy it again, honestly. Tune the cars and multiplayer events. Do more than just brake bias, but do literally just about everything. Except put upgrade kits. I hope they do a similar approach for GT8. I really do. Not sure they will though. Bruv, give me some room, mate. More than just you on the track, orange Porsche. More than just you. If I'm on the right side, drive on the left. If I'm on the left side, drive on the right. It's just basic, you know, courtesy. Can't you do that? I do reckon I was faster in the Lamborghini than I am in the Ford GT. Especially on the straights. So I'll just have to drive that one again. Or maybe try something else entirely. Give me room, mate. Ugh, that Lexus driver. He was a real piece of work, he was. Childish, like touching me every time I tried to overtake him. Very childish of you. Not sportsmanlike at all. Honestly, I'm surprised you have an F safety rating after what you did. Haven't driven the Ferrari in a long time. You probably already knew this, but I'm more of a Lamborghini guy. I'm extremely biased. Main reason being no Ferrari parts are made in America, but Lamborghini, believe it or not, some of the parts are made in America. Only 20%, but... So yeah, I'm biased. Everyone's got their personal preference, so... Still give it a try though, it might be quite fast here. Understand why a racing car would have a round steering wheel, especially a GT car. Why does it have a round wheel? So it blocks the instrument cluster and you're not doing more than, you know, what you've probably seen my hands doing. You don't need all that top bit. Have it smaller and lighter by having it U-shaped like every other GT3 car, and it give you a clearer view of your dashboard if you don't have this top bot there. I think that's the main reason really why I didn't drive this car much. Not just because I like the Lamborghini more, but that steering wheel, that round steering wheel, a bit off-putting to me. Just doesn't look very GT3 to me. Good, I'd have a U-shaped steering wheel on my road car. That would take extensive modifications to the steering column to allow a quick release so I could use whatever wheel I wanted. Not willing to put the effort into that just yet. I do like how high it revs. It feels like 9,000 RPM, so that does feel nice. It does have a nice engine. But it does feel pretty balanced. Overall, it does feel like a great car. It's just that steering wheel. Why would you put a round steering wheel on a GT3 car? This is before the U-shaped steering wheels became popular. What era is this? Is it like pre-2015 or something? Doesn't Trustmaster make a replica of this exact steering wheel? I'm not sure why you'd want it, but I know I've seen it. Of the steering wheel that is on the game. Like my my actual steering wheel is a Lamborghini one, but like it was like what, the 458 Challenge steering wheel or something like that, or 458 GTE, it was one or the other. Should I need another round wheel? Get that. Probably not though. Pretty satisfied with my U-shaped wheel. I could definitely tell why people like this car. It drives very nicely. Feels quite agile. Lamborghini definitely had a good benchmark to aim for when they designed the Huracan GT3. Probably this. Or maybe a Porsche or something. Basically drives like this, except more oversteery and a little bit more horsepower. So basically just a harder to drive but slightly faster version of this. This doesn't feel far off, it's maybe like half a second off pace. It does feel significantly easier to drive. It's not trying to oversteer every time I do the throttle out of a turn. Feels very stable. Probably be a good car for beginners, I'm guessing. Either that or the Porsche. Oh, here we go. Am I brake by set? I forgot to set it. I'll just do it during the formation lap. Sorry, mate. I didn't mean to take up your bit of the track. I'll try to give you more room this time. My Lamborghini's got issues. But justice will be served at the penalty line. Haha. That's what you get. That's karma for you. Bruv! There's always a rental cars. There's always a ones with low experience. Always the ones that are the most desperate to get overtakes and not patient enough to wait. And if you see a rental car on the track, it's probably a noob. You do, mate. Bit late on the braking there. Too late. Some room. Let's try to stay on the far right, I guess. Is there any aerodynamic benefit from being near the wall? How realistic a sim is this? iRacing, you probably have a aerodynamic benefit staying near the wall. Not sure about this one though. Of course, in real life you do, because there's less drag when you're near the wall, because it... Well, I'm not going to explain it to you, you wouldn't understand probably. Just NASCAR stuff. Let's see, do we get a speed boost from hanging near the wall like in real life? Really can't tell. I don't think that is simulated, and that is quite complicated. It just essentially just sort of cuts the air drag in half almost. Well, not quite half, more like it cuts it by 40% hanging near the wall, because it is weird. It's quite a complicated thing, actually. It does have to have, probably have to see a wind tunnel test to see like a wind tunnel of car very near to the wall. You'll see. Maybe someday I'd make a video showing that. I find it quite fascinating. Unfortunately, it also cuts your downers force by 40%, but on the straightaways, you don't really need downforce, just the turns and braking. Oh, you need a little bit to keep it on the ground, but it's not as crucial as the turns. Fifth place, huh? That's quite good. Maybe one of these days we'll even get a podium on this track. Quite like this track. What's it called? Magyar Circuit. Yeah, that was quite good fun. Even though we don't win, I still had plenty of fun. Turn angle's not quite right. Did you know Larry's actually got a factory in Washington? It was like in 2010. They had a partnership with Boeing Aerospace. In order to save money, they decided to both make carbon fiber and other composites like Kevlar in the same factory. So not much, but some parts of these are actually made in America, which is good for my economy, so I'm quite happy about that. one of the main reasons why I like them more than Ferrari, but I still admire Ferrari. It's not love, because they don't help my economy. Lamborghini in a small part does. Admittedly, you know, their bits are made in Germany, like the engine and transmission, all-wheel drive system. And the chassis and the vast majority of the parts are all assembled in the factory in Bologna, Italy. I think it was the same factory, you know, the Audi factory. They made the engine and transmission. The same thing is also put in the Audi R8. I love the Huracan. I feel like they ended it too soon. I don't think they really made it reach its full potential. Because in its inception it had a mix between aluminum and carbon fiber for the chassis. It didn't have a completely carbon fiber chassis like the Aventador did. I felt like if they made the whole chassis carbon fiber, could have made it at least 150 pounds lighter, and you'd have a lot more stiffness, and since the chassis would have been stiffer, you could have made the suspension softer if you got the stiffness from the chassis, and that would have made it more comfortable. I feel like there's a lot more they could have done with this car, but they made the last variant in 2025, you know. Unless they decide to make another in 2026. That's probably it. Which makes me quite sad, because it was my favorite car, you know. Ever since 2014, when I first saw it in the front cover of Forza Horizon 2, I believe it was. That's what made me a fan of this company to begin with, the Huracan. I'm quite sad to see it go. If I were to ever own one, yes, it would probably be a Huracan. Just because that's the one I always adored since I first learned of it in 2014. And that's a big if. I also feel like the V10, it could have made way more than 650 horsepower. I mean, gave up on it too soon, I believe. There's a lot more that could have been done with the valve train. It could have made it do 9,000 RPM, I'm sure. Just capped it at 8,500. Never know what it could have been because they're killing it off. It's gonna be replaced by the Tema Mario GT3 in a few years. And it's replacing its glorious 10-cylinder engine with an 8-cylinder. For me, the 10-cylinder is special. It's arguably even more special than the 12-cylinder in the Aventador. The 10-cylinder, that's what put him on the map, you know, with the Gallardo way back in 2003. Or was it 2005? I think it was 2005. I'm quite sad, like, if the Huracan's replacement, the Tema Mario, had a 10-cylinder, I probably wouldn't be so sad. But it didn't. They're killing off probably their most successful engine, really. Why a V8 and why a turbocharged V8? Maybe turbocharged 10-cylinder instead. like to see, you know, the Sesto Elemento? You know what that was for the Colorado, and it kind of was a sneak peek of what the Hurricane styling would be like. I wish they did something like that for the Hurricane. You know, an extremely lightweight special edition of the Hurricane. Like the Sesto Elemento, it wasn't crazy on power, it was just, you know, really lightweight, because it had a fully carbon fiber chassis. Love to see what the Hurricane could have done if it had a wholly carbon fiber chassis like the Sesto. I don't think it will happen though. Probably continue development on the Temerario. Manner of chaos is happening here. Stupid BMW driver. Has anyone done a paint job for the Hurricane to make it look like the Sesto Elemento? Rev. Okay, if we don't fight back, they're gonna just keep bullying us. We need to fight back. They're gonna push us, we have to push them back where they won't stop. I'm not gonna end the race, but I will just a gentle nudge to remind them that I'm willing to defend myself and my position. That's probably what I'm gonna have to resort to, especially with that Corvette driver, BMW even more so. Biscuit. How do we start in 7th and then end up in 12th? Why have the drivers been that naughty? Pushing each other around. Madness. It's not befitting of an S safety rating race at all. I imagine on a D safety rating it would probably be like this, but even worse. Not sorry. You did the same thing to me, you burnerless biscuit. Yeah, screw you, guy. Screw you. Well, if it isn't our old enemy, the Corvette driver. Payback time. Thanks for the speed boost, Porsche. No, that wasn't his intention, but he ended up helping me instead of harming me. That's funny. Whoops. Revenge. Oh, you... Come on, mate. I didn't... I should have known better than try to get revenge. I'm gonna suffer for it and get a massive penalty. It'll probably make me lose 4 places. Had to get revenge, didn't I? And now I'm suffering karma for it. It's gonna give me a penalty for doing that awful thing I just did. But don't think I'm done with you yet, Corvette driver. This is far from over. Stupid what are you doing, mate? Might be more angry at that Ferrari driver, honestly. Okay, how bad did my little vengeance hurt my safety rating, huh? Well, I still have a safety rating after this race, or is it gonna bump me down for A for attempting to murder that Corvette? We shall see. Do you still have that safety ring? Okay, let's not get any more massive penalties, shall we? It'd be fun to drive a Lamborghini if you sat in the middle. That would be an interesting modification. Turning the Hurricane into a 3-seater where you sit in the middle, just like McLaren F1. That'd be quite challenging. This would probably be a good idea, actually, because you'd probably get more visibility. You definitely do get more visibility, at least over the front when you sit in the middle. Say, pillars not blocking nearly as much of your view when you're in the middle. Might be a decent safety feature, actually. You would need a rear view camera because I'm not stretching my neck all that way to look at the side view. So need a rear view camera about there-ish. Just above the windscreen, really, or maybe even on the dash. Like above the speedometer or below it. Or maybe just a traditional mirror. If I built my own car, I think I would copy the driver layout of F1. Sitting in the middle is fantastic. The view out the front is awesome. I don't care how much more it would cost. Sit in the middle is brilliant. I wish there was like an actually affordable car where you sat in the middle, like a car that would cost like 30 grand, but you sat in the middle. Simply bloody brilliant. You need good rear view mirrors though, but you're not going to be able to use a side view very easily. I just have like a normal sedan or SUV or both, where you sit in the middle. Just have everything where you sit in the middle like this. This is rather wonderful. Oh, I like this driving position so much. I swear I'm gonna start drawing blueprints like right after this. I will make a single driver, not really a single seater, but driving in the middle. Is that a new record? No, it was. How did I do a 2:02.7? When did I do that? Still not as fast as the German, who's like 4 seconds faster. How is the slow German so fast? He must have years of experience or something. The race starts in 30 seconds. It's only going to be like 20 seconds of practice because the race starts very soon. I'll take it. Jump scare. Please tell me I'm not the only McLaren F1 on the grid. Because of course I am. Dang it. They really need to make the McLaren F1 more affordable. It just costs too many credits. Most people aren't willing to grind for long enough to get enough to buy it. You rarely see them, and that makes me very sad. Probably the only one I'm gonna see for a long time will be my own. Maybe someday, maybe I'll be the first American to make a 3-seater car like a McLaren F1, but something that doesn't cost $1 million bajillion, like something that's under 100K that normal people could buy. Someday I've got to do that. I want everybody to experience that central driving position. It's awesome. Oh no, the Corvette driver from the last race. No. Not that Corvette driver, no. He was a big bully in the last race. Hopefully we can be fast enough so he can't get close enough to bully us. Camera's not centered. No! You... As always. We still got time to catch him. It's not over. Kinda want payback for what that Corvette did to me the previous race. At the same time, we might risk getting a penalty though. Not sure if it's worth it. I do want vengeance. But vengeance is wrong. But I still want it. Just be patient for now. Maybe karma will play its course and get vengeance for me. And that way I'll still be innocent. A bit worried about that Honda. On karma, do your thing, please, please. I want justice. You've wronged me so badly in the previous life, please. I don't want to do vengeance. Vengeance is wrong, but I still want justice. What can I do? So let's just be patient. Karma will do something, right? Like, you can't get away with that, right? Right? Please? I feel like he'll try something again if we overtake him, so we might have to be as aggressive with him as he was with us. I don't want to end his race though, but I still want to get by. To be fair, he did kind of end our race last time. But we still mustn't take vengeance. I don't think we'll get the chance to anyway, he's too far away. Let's just focus on driving for now. He's actually been a surprisingly clean driver in this race. I haven't actually seen him murder anybody. Maybe the Corvette drivers truly had a change of heart. I guess that's nice. I guess if he truly has had a change of heart and isn't murdering anyone else like he did the previous race, I guess I can forgive him. That's nice. I look. They're racing side by side with no body contact, that Honda and that Corvette. Oh, there was a little bit there. I might be wrong. I think I'm catching up. Yeah, I'm legitimately catching up to them. Might be able to pass them. Holy cow, we're like right behind that Honda. We might catch them. Unless we go in the grass. Well, I know we're going to overtake the Honda now, not because we're faster, but because we got a penalty. And just draft on him, because I think the reason why the Honda is still faster than me is he's drafting on that Corvette a few feet in front of him, and I'm not quite in drafting range of the Honda. That's why we haven't passed him. Yeah, no draft. They're really helping each other out with all that drafting, aren't they? Yeah, good job working together, or at least they were. Now he's probably going to be without range. Well, now I'm within drafting range of him, so that's good. Come on, work with me, mate. Let's catch that Corvette. Well, it might be too late, actually. Go ahead, get the draft. Nah, his final lap. I mean, still, 6th place is still pretty good. It's pretty decent. Because I think we started, like... Actually, we started 7th. So it's not that much better than where we started, but it's still better than where we started. That's really good enough. I still had fun. Even though I didn't win, I still had fun, and that's all that matters. I will try again though, see if we can maybe get a podium at least once today. I think I need a drink of water. Hold up a minute. Okay, let's turn the camera back on. Really wish it didn't turn off the camera every time I put the headset back on. Said, brake bias. Let's try 4 this time, because I did 3 the last one. Let's try 4. See how that feels. Is it just me, or am I losing force feedback? Steering wheel servo must be getting hot or something. Are you hot? Yeah, it does feel like there's a little warm air coming out of the cooling vent. Is it still even making 4 nanometers? It's set to 4. Doesn't feel like 4 right now. Are there like any mods for the T300 for like better cooling? Like, I don't know, maybe like a liquid cooling system or something, and not just a fan, like an actual radiator. Might be a good idea. If someone hasn't already done it, I don't really want to engineer that myself. I'm just asking if someone else has already done it. Maybe I'll just replace it someday with a direct drive unit that doesn't get so hot. But not the T598, that's for sure. That bulky design is not practical. T598 is even more bulky than my T300. So wait till they make a direct drive unit that's less bulky than the T598 work consoles, and then I'll probably upgrade. That'll probably be a few years. I wonder if you could just somehow make the T300 direct drive somehow. Would it be possible to just replace the motor and the belts and everything and just put a really big motor inside the wheelbase and then put like a crap ton of fans to cool it off? Could it be possible? Then again, it probably wouldn't work with the software anymore if I did that. Probably would be better off just getting a T598 then. I just don't like how big and bulky that one is. Direct axle drive is too big and bulky. They should have just stuck with regular direct drive, not axle drive. Oh well. Unless we got something not Thrustmaster, but I already bought a custom steering wheel for Thrustmaster, so I'm not really eager to change ecosystems since I already bought quite a bit of kit for Thrustmaster already. I'll probably wait a few years. what, Mateo, for like 2 years now. It serves me reasonably well. But I know it's not the best because my friend's Fanatec Direct Drive, like Fanatec TSL DD, that is just better than this. Well, it should be, since you consider that that wheel costs literally twice, if not 3 times as much, so it should be dang better. It was. Like, I would like a direct drive unit, but I want to stay Trustmaster, because I still want to use all the stuff I bought for this. I don't want a T598 though. We'll probably keep the T300 another 2 years. Or at least just keep it until it, you know, starts to get worn out. If I remember correctly on the internet, you can have them last up to 4 to 6 years typically. And if you take them apart and repair them, you can have them last basically infinite. But you have to take it apart and repair them after about 4 years, if I remember that Reddit post correctly. Yeah, I guess if I'm gonna have to take it apart eventually, I might as well upgrade it, right? What? In like 20 minutes? You got something you need to do? We're also streaming right now, and we've actually got a small audience. Say hi. I don't know if they can hear you. You might have to say hi close to the microphone.
Hello, audience.
It's the headset. VR headset I'm wearing.
How's the race going?
Right now it's just the qualifying lap, but the race will start here shortly in about a minute or so.
I hope it goes well.
I'm driving McLaren F1. You know how I like that car designed by Gordon Murray so very, very much. You know, it's only got one fatal flaw, really. It's way too gosh darn expensive. If we could have something with a similar layout, you know, mid-engine, driver's seat in the middle, that cost under, like, about the same as a Corvette, really, that'd be wonderful. But it doesn't exist yet. So that's what I want to do someday, make an affordable McLaren F1 driving experience. Probably won't be as fast or as good as McLaren F1, but just to have similar enough, and at like 1,000th of the price, yeah. That's my dream someday. That's what I want to build.
So did you qualify?
Yeah, we qualified. We're in 11th position out of 14 cars. No, scratch that, 15 cars. Not so sure how good my chances of winning this race are, but I'll do my best, and as long as we finish higher than where we started, I'm happy. So if I get like 10th or better, I'll be happy.
Well, good luck.
Thank you. See you later.
Okay.
Holy cow. What the heck, mate? Why'd the Ferrari do that? Poor Toyota. 5-second penalty. Well, that's well deserved if you ask me for the unnecessary violence he caused early on. You're a menace. Menace, Ferrari. That red one. Well, he'll get what's coming to him. That penalty line, that 5-second penalty. That's karma for you. Fantastic race we're having right now. So close. Me and that green Ferrari are neck and neck, basically. All kinds of Ferraris. Might as well be in the Ferrari fan club track, 'cause I swear probably half the cars on the grids are Ferrari 458 GT3s. Ooh. What happened? Did somebody ram me? What the hell was that? You son of a biscuit in the Nissan GTR. I'll make you pay for that. Butterless biscuit. How could you do this? You ruined both our races, you idiot. Would it have to have a V12 engine? I guess a McLaren F1 had a V12, so I guess my imitation car would have to have one as well. But could regular people afford the fuel bills? It's like nearly twice the fuel consumption of a V8, despite having only 4 more cylinders, because Power stroke happens every 45 degrees of crank rotation instead of 90 like on a V8. Maybe do two versions, a V12 one, which is more like the McLaren F1, and the V8 version for people who couldn't afford the fuel bills on the V12. It's probably what I'd do. Or maybe a straight six, so I wouldn't have to develop two new engine straps. I could do the straight six first and then just build the V12 using all many straight six parts as possible. That might make more sense, actually. Would a straight six be powerful enough? You could always turbo it, but then again, the McLaren F1 was naturally aspirated because it would got the absolute best throttle response from being naturally aspirated. So I guess it would have to be NA as well. I mean, you could do like a rare air intake or something to still get kinda turboed, but not actually. Or maybe like a fan in the air intake to ram more air in. I don't know. Yeah, probably a fan, like turbine, really, or probably like an electric motor, small one, ram more air into the air intake. Yeah, that's what you could do. Not really a turbo, because I still want good throttle response. And definitely not a supercharger, because the fuel consumption with a supercharger is just, it's laughably bad. It's worse than the fuel consumption with a turbo, despite only making similar power, not better. How big would it be? It was like 6.1 liters on the McLaren F1. We just copy that number and we do bigger or smaller. Maybe just do bigger just because it'd be easier. Probably be easier to build a 7 liter than a 6 liter. It would be heavier and it probably wouldn't actually produce much more horsepower. But it'd be a lot easier. So we finished 7th. So we started in 10th and we finished 7th. So improvement of about 3 places. Yes, but before I go, I need to raid somebody. Well, it's a good thing. Is like transferring viewers from one stream to somebody else's, so that way the people still have something to watch when I'm not here.